Raphael Leduc, Leduc!
Don't mess with Tess.
Roll that damage roll.
That's it. Build that shit up. Now take it down. Are you ready?
Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the well-named first episode of the David Chris podcast. And today we got a couple of things to talk about, and as well we got a second guest here, and we got Mr. Brother Simon with us. So, Brother Simon, we'll start it off with you. What's going on, man?
Not much. I should probably say that I am the first guest, since the last guest we couldn't hear.
Yeah, we ran into some audio problems, but hey, that's typical.
David's always having audio problems. Your shit, bitch.
I don't know. I guess Google Hangouts is a me or something. They must have deleted me, I guess.
They make you obsolete.
They sure did, yeah.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi at David is just, I don't know what's going on with that, but there's solid problems. Every single time we try doing something, it's just David is hashtag blame the David, right?
Yeah, hashtag blame the David. So, yes, we are here on the David and Chris show, the show that totally reeks of awesome sauce.
I love that tagline.
So, we got Simonnicolhd. We haven't talked to him in a while, and David, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Of course, we're here also to talk about life, maybe some TV shows, some movies, maybe music, whatever. But here's one thing I want to talk about, and I don't know if Simon has heard about it.
Oh, we'll have to ask him.
Simon, have you heard about this whole thing with this girl named Trisha Paytas?
Is that the Dolph Ziggler situation?
Yes, that is the situation.
Okay, so I somewhat
the freaking situation. Christ sakes.
Yeah, that's...
I somewhat heard
Simon,
of.
what's your take on it?
So I haven't really heard what the story is, but she basically talked about Ziggler and said that he wasn't that big of a deal between the sheet, right? That's what I got, and I don't really, and that's all I remember hearing from that.
Well, she made a video late last night, very early this morning, calling out WWE fans. Saying WWE fans suck.
Bitch, go fuck yourself.
She is, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now about this Trisha fucking Paytas. Number one, she is probably one of YouTube's biggest freaking attention whores, drama whores. And the only thing that she cares about is dick, cum, the food that goes in her mouth, makeup, the price tag on her clothes, bras and panties and shit, and basically looking like a fake superficial pile of fucking trash. Okay? And that's what she is. And she made herself look stupid. She made herself look bad. Now, granted, much like we were watching Karina Kaboom's video, I don't condone death threats.
No.
People were getting way out of fucking line, but not without a good reason, because, here's the thing. I don't know how you categorize her little community that she might be a part of, if she even categorizes herself as a part of a community.
No.
But, you don't go pissing off a freaking nation of fucking people that like something, because when she says WWE fans suck, she's talking about the men that watch it, the women that watch it, the kids that watch it. There are kids with special needs. There are kids that have dying wishes that like WWE, they watch it, they want something to believe in, and she's putting all these fans on blast, and I don't find that to be right at all, because, especially for it's kind of stereotypical to throw, hey, WWE exploits these kinds of people. Well, it's, the thing is, they want them to have their time in the sun, before, if something terrible happens to them, like they, like a really sick kid, and he ends up passing away, but he meets his favorite superstar, no matter who it is. So, if she's putting these people on blast, I hope that sits well with her. I really do. I hope that sits well with her, to the point where she doesn't fucking sleep at night. You know?
She'll rethink what she said.
That is a shoot.
She needs to rethink what she fucking said.
Take a
And
time out.
she needs more than a timeout, I'll tell you. But she is the fakest fucking person I think you could probably ever meet. Period. And this isn't her first rodeo. Doing this kind of shit, you know. I don't know if you've ever experienced her, David.
This is the first time.
If you've ever, I don't know. So you've never watched her,
No.
I haven't either.
and that's probably a good thing.
I guess so.
But yeah, she is just a total fucking bitch. But now, David, I want to ask you, what is your take on her position about this whole thing? I, for one, if it's with her, or you know what, even a better situation. She said that she can take, and she said, and I quote, she can take any of us because she used to be a wrestler.
I didn't know that either.
I'd like to see her go in the ring with Nia Jax. I really would. Let's see her go toe to toe with Nia fucking Jax.
That's not a good.
And the training that they go through, and hits that they hit. David, I'm gonna leave it up to you. Before I get really pissed.
To me, she just really fucked up on that. I mean, if she didn't really care for Dolph Ziggler, I feel like they should have talked it out and stuff like that, and not even be bothered with it. Instead of just trashing everybody and stuff like that, that was uncalled for, in my personal
Yeah,
opinion.
and all on a matter of canceling a date because Dolph Ziggler was tired. Hello,
Yeah.
he
Things
works.
happen.
He gets up early in the morning. He works out. He takes flights. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's basically doing that 24/7, literally, each and every week.
Yeah. So, but is that all you have to say about that, David?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Simon, are you done with that, or do you have more to say?
Okay, so my whole thing on this is, first of all, like, you know, shame on her. Honestly and truly, shame on her. She is the one that proves that by saying shit like this, she just proves that she's a dumbass. First of all, you know, I don't really care what her thoughts are. She can say whatever she wants. It doesn't really matter to me. She doesn't matter to me. Although I saw a picture of her, and I'm actually gonna look her up on YouTube because
I haven't
you
seen
know,
a picture either myself.
I saw the picture, and I think she was in the purple or in the pink shirt or pink dress or whatever, and whatever. But long story short, I don't know if it was David or Chris that said it, but you would put her in a timeout.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
me.
David. That was
Okay.
the time. David puts her in a timeout.
Okay, so you know when you're 10 years old, when you get put on timeout, you're on your knees, right?
Well,
Yeah, I know where he's.
sitting down.
I know where
Yeah.
he's going.
Yeah, that's what I would have. I would put her in timeout, and I would get her mouth pretty freaking busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
There we go. That's all there is to say about that.
Okay, so let's move on to other things. You want to talk about TV shows, or do you want to talk about music, movies? What do you want to talk about,
I kind
David?
of figure we keep in the wrestling right now and then move on to like TV shows and movies.
Okay.
So, of course, what we got coming up pretty soon, and we're just not really talking about predictions and stuff like that, but I think it's pretty necessary to actually talk about it, and it's pretty historic too about the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match to be coming up for Money in the Bank. So, this one, I think it's really cool. Definitely at first, I hope they actually keep this up yearly now, especially now when the last time we talked about with the women's tournament and stuff coming up, and having more women in the business and stuff like that for WWE and stuff. So I think that'd be pretty interesting to see how things are going to go. So for the very first time, this one is definitely going to be well worth it, hopefully. I like what they're doing so far with the build to it and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure we'll get to prediction and stuff later on next time. So yeah, Chris, your thoughts on that?
You know what? Let's jump to Simon. I want to know because he's our guest. Simon, have at.
So I think it's great. I did a video on this a bit earlier this week, and it's funny because the reaction I got from it, based on the comments of my videos, were that there's several people that wanted it, and there's several people that did not want to have anything to do with that. I do understand the people that don't want to have anything to do with that, because those are the people that care about, you know, the non-wrestling aspect of the women's. They care about seeing, you know, the good-looking women's, and that's all they care. That's all they care about. But I'm a fan of wrestling, and I'm looking forward to see that match. I think that match is going to be good. It's going to be interesting to see how women can handle this match. You know what I mean? If you look at the Hell in a Cell match from last year between Sasha and Charlotte, they definitely holded their own in this stereotypical match. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to do in that Money in the Bank match. And I'm looking forward to see who's going to win. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that they're going to get the man match out of the way at the beginning of the pay-per-view. And obviously, Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton are going to main event the show. So I'm hoping the last Money in the Bank match that we see is going to be the women's Money in the Bank match. And early prediction, you know what I mean? A lot of people are pulling for Charlotte. I think it's going to be Carmella. So I'll leave it at that. You know what I mean? I said it in my video, so I think it's pretty relevant pretty relevant to say it here too. So that's my early prediction. And we'll see what's going to happen. One thing about Money in the Bank this year is I hope they keep it around a little longer than they did last year, because last year, you know, Ambrose won it and he cashed it in the same night. And I'm kind of looking forward to, you know, stipulate just to have it being there a little longer. You know, appreciate it a little bit more.
Right. And this is the first time, like you mentioned, the Hell in a Cell, and then we had a couple of other matches like the Iron Women match and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure we'll see other stipulations made too for women's matches in the future.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just it, all right? They got the Mae Young Invitational, Classic Invitational tournament coming up. They've got this ladder match, presumably so with what Simon was talking about. It'll be on SmackDown.
Right.
And here's my take on it. I'm excited for it, all right? It's innovative for them to do, finally.
Yep.
And, you know, the thing is, you know, early prediction, Becky Lynch. She's my girl, all right? I'm behind Becky Lynch all the way, 100%, but that's just me. You know, Simon's behind Carmella, that's great. But yeah, going into what you said, David, having more match types, they had the Hell in a Cell. Sasha and Charlotte, yeah, they tore the freaking house down in that Hell in a Cell. I freaking loved that match.
Yeah.
This ladder match, I know it's going to be great. All right, it'll be interesting to see them, like what Simon was saying, if they can handle the ladder. But, you know, then you think of other matches like, you know, cage matches or, hell, you know what? An elimination chamber.
Yeah, that could be.
I want to see a freaking women's elimination chamber. That's what I want to see. Yeah, and so, you know what? I am all gung-ho for this. I love the women. I love women's wrestling, okay? You know, because women's wrestling has evolved in the WWE so much.
Yes.
We don't just have Trish and Lita.
No.
We have Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Naomi, Carmella. I mean, the list goes on and on with these women that are coming in.
Yeah.
You've got all these great women like, what's her name, Ruby Riott in NXT.
That's my sister, by the way.
That's your sister?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys knew that.
No, we didn't.
That is my birth sister.
Wow.
Seriously.
Go look her on her Wikipedia page. She was born on January 9th, 1991, the same date and the same year that I was.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my birth sister.
So, yeah. Wow, interesting. So, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of stuff to look forward to with the women in between NXT, the WWE main roster. Hey, I'm looking forward to this freaking both the tournament and the ladder match.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Now, I think as of right now, there's a total of 5 women, so I think one more could be added. I heard Lana maybe or something, but I don't know what to do.
Yeah, she's been training.
Yeah.
She's supposed to have been training.
And she needs to debut at some point.
Yeah, she'll debut at some point.
Had to be
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
They've been running her promo for a solid 2 months now, so it's kind of time for her to debut.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, David, what else are we going to talk about here in the David and Chris show that totally reeks of awesome sauce?
Am I the awesome sauce in this trio?
Huh?
Am I the awesome sauce in this trio?
Yes, you are the awesome sauce.
I don't know how to take this. Is that?
For wings.
Well, yeah.
He's the
Yeah, the
innovator.
creator.
He's the creator. He's the innovator. He's the daddy.
Oh boy.
He's the Machiavelli.
Yeah, I'll be the Machiavelli. You're the daddy, Chris. Yeah.
And of course, they're in the hot seat too.
That's right.
Yeah, and the very first guest was that show.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pioneer of all kinds.
I know. Yeah.
So what else are we getting into in this show, David?
Well, the next thing too, getting the whole YouTube thing, and I saw
yes.
that OK Faye recently talked about, and actually signed the petition to this. That was actually
Yeah, there's a petition going around. There is a lot of stuff happening
Yeah,
on YouTube with wrestling.
yeah,
To the wrestling community in and of itself. We had TJ Rules, who made a video. We haven't seen it yet,
no,
but I'm going to watch it. He made a video about videos being removed, actually being removed. And I'm not sure if that's under just the restricted mode or if actually YouTube is pulling wrestling content off
I think they're
YouTube.
both in the hot seat, so that's probably why I can't call on Google Hangouts right now.
Yeah, probably.
Fuck in the hot seat.
Look at David trying to find reasons and people to blame and shit.
But
I
Simon,
could try.
what is your take about this whole YouTube with the wrestling community, the censorship, the demonetization,
Careful what you're saying.
this whole thing? What is your take on it?
The Illuminati of YouTube. So here's my take on the whole thing. I signed the petition. You know what I mean? I'm supporting people that are actually losing money out of this. But at the same time, I can kind of understand where YouTube is going with this. And I think a lot of people that are, bitching about this are just like, I got a strike on my backlash video last month by WWE, and it wasn't because of any video type content. It was because of the audio content. And I was doing my review right next to the TV, basically, well, right next, maybe 5 feet from the TV, and you could hear the TV. And because of that, there was a copyright strike on that video. And I think that's more of a WWE's fault than it is YouTube. But I'll get into that. And because I filed a dispute, and obviously they didn't want the video back on. And because of that, the video has been officially taken down. So my official reaction of Jinder Mahal being WWE champion for the first time is kind of gone. But that's not really important, really. When it comes to this whole YouTube thing, again, I can't really speak as if I was offended or touched by it, because I'm not doing this ain't my job. You know what I mean? YouTube, this ain't my job. This is just an hobby for me. And I'm not really that pissed off about it. I don't keep up with stuff like this. You know what I mean? I don't pay attention to it. It's sad, you know what I mean, for guys like Hair and Riff who are running NoDQ.com, and they were putting a bunch of content on their YouTube, and they're basically losing revenue as a result of this, or like wrestling company that were airing their shows on YouTube, and because of that they can't monetize their videos and stuff. It's sad, but to me it's just another day in the life. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's business. You know what I mean? YouTube is doing what they're doing. so the world can appreciate their website without necessarily. There's certain content that is not gonna be. I don't know. To me, I don't really care about this. I don't really care. There's certain content that should not be monetized, and YouTube are doing changes. You know how it is. YouTube is changing things all the time. You know what I mean? It's nothing new. So, I mean, adapt and overcome, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. See, now, something happened similar last month, like what Simon was just talking about. When I was at Will's house with him and Jesse, and we were watching the NXT Chicago TakeOver, we were doing a live stream. Do you know that WWE, because Will turned his laptop around, and it showed the TV, the WWE stopped the stream and pulled it down like that.
Really?
Of course, Will tried to appeal it. I don't know if it ever went. I don't know whatever happened to it. But they pulled that fucking. It was a live stream, and they pulled it fucking down. Wow. So,
wow.
Yeah. So that happened. So, I agree with a lot of what Simon was saying. This isn't our job. It's a hobby. Exactly. We have our own jobs. Yeah. All right. Yeah, there are people that are making $1, $5, maybe $10.
Depends on how much.
Some more popular YouTube channels, it might be making more. And those channels are losing money, ad revenue money, because they're wrestling related. Yeah. They talk about wrestling. Grimm's Toy Show, him and his friends, they built a ring and they wrestle. Mm-hmm. The GTS wrestling show, all that stuff. And so they're losing money. And so with the WWE doing all this stuff, or not, a lot of it's WWE, a lot of it is YouTube and Google. I think, personally, that it's just a big bunch of horse shit. I really do. I think it's a big bunch of horse shit because, who would have thought that YouTube, when we started YouTube back 2008, 2009, 2010, whenever you guys joined, that it would come to this. Yeah. Well, Google merging with YouTube, leave it to YouTube to, and Google to fuck shit up for the people, and I think it's wrong. I think it's stupid, because this used to be a place to have fun, do our thing, talk about wrestling, be wrestling fans. You can play, the music of wrestling, or show a clip without being copyright stricken, Yeah. But nowadays you can't do shit.
Can I just interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just play devil's advocate for a second, okay? So, how back in the day, when it was strictly pay-per-views and there was no WWE network, the WWE, every single time they had pay-per-views, they had this legal team taking care of trying to take down those live stream. People that were streaming the pay-per-views and that were watching the pay-per-views illegally. Well, nowadays, we have the network, and it's far easier to, broadcast or to distribute their exclusive product, which is, their pay-per-views and stuff. You know what I mean? So, pro wrestling, WWE, so their pay-per-views. So, they're just doing what they have to do to protect their own thing. They want us to subscribe to the WWE network, and that's just WWE. If we're not talking about YouTube, we're talking about exclusive WWE. And YouTube is so easy. You know what I mean? You can have a phone nowadays, flip the screen and show the screen. NXT TakeOver Chicago, like you said. You're showing this to your viewers. Those viewers aren't paying for the network. Bing bada boom. That's tons of revenue lost by WWE right there. You know what I mean? Of course.
Even like what you did, Simon. Just the audio alone.
Yeah, well, that's a little too much here. But again, when there's an actual video being shown, you know what I mean? I can kind of understand why WWE would want to pull this down. But an audio, when I was right next to the TV, you know what I mean, just doing a review, you know what I mean. You weren't seeing any image of WWE. You were showing I was showing my face, you know what I mean. I wasn't showing the TV or anyway. So it is what it is. Yeah, we're in the world now where when it comes to doing video, especially wrestling, we have to be careful what we show and what we hear in the video. You know what I mean? And we have a tendency sometimes to try to maybe show a little bit more than we should, just because a lot of people that's what they want to see, and they don't want to hear, you know, our thoughts anymore to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
Right. So, yeah, I think I agree with a lot of what Simon said.
Keep going. We can hear you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think a lot of it is just garbage, to be honest with you. But like I said, I agree big time with what Simon's saying. They're protecting their interest, they're protecting their investment. But I think Google at the same time is also going a bit far too.
Yeah.
I'd say, like, maybe separate from Google altogether and just keep YouTube as is. Maybe do something completely different.
Yeah.
Hangouts too, especially.
Yeah. So, do you have any other overall takes on this whole situation?
Well, for me, I know I'm not really doing this for the money and stuff too, so this has always been a hobby, so ever since I started, 2006 or so I guess you can consider me a pioneer, a veteran.
Yeah!
And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like I said, just maybe separate themselves from Google, and then I think they should try something a little bit different. Go back to maybe their roots and stuff. You know, try some of the old stuff with the new stuff. Try it out.
Yeah.
See what works out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. So, what's the next topic, David?
All right. So for the next thing, I figure we go into some different, just life, general, all that stuff. So, figure we go into favorite TV shows and stuff like that. Trying something different. So, of course, most recently we were talking earlier, I was starting to watch Arrow and stuff like that again.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just trying and find different other shows too to watch, and especially now in the summer, kind of dies down. But I try to watch shows on Netflix since I'm subscribed to them and Hulu Plus and stuff like that. So
Right.
we'll go ahead favorite TV shows, what you watch, what would you recommend, and all that stuff. And we'll go with Simon on this one. I know you've been talking about the new TV show called Power. I know you've been talking about that, so yeah, what are your other favorite TV shows that you've been watching lately?
Yeah, I've been on my YouTube channel, Simonnicolhd HD. I've been, trying to do other videos than just exclusive wrestling. I've been promoting the Tupac All Eyes on Me movie, which is coming out on June 16th. Been promoting that for a solid 2 years now. It's finally coming out on June 16th, so that's gonna be awesome. And also Power. You said this new show Power. Show's been around since 2014, David. You're just late.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the show's great. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of Power, and they're coming back for season 4 on June 25th on Stars. And also, David, you mentioned it. They are, I believe, on Netflix now or on Hulu. I believe it's on Hulu. Not too sure if it's season 4 gonna be on there, but I believe all the previous season are available on Hulu. So, I mean, if you're looking for a good show, you know what I mean, go watch it. It's a great show. I also the other shows I've been watching are this Designated Survivor show. Do you know what show that I'm talking about, guys?
Yeah. I've seen a little bit, the commercials and stuff, but I haven't really got around to watch it yet. It looks really good.
Yeah. So, long story short, I decided to. I saw the trailer online, and I decided to watch, episode 1. You know what I mean? See what the show was all about. And I watched the first season, which was 21 episodes of it. I watched it within a week. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got hooked on it. You know what I mean? Same thing with Power. When I started watching Power, I watched season 1, 2, and I caught up with season 3 in the beginning. So it was I have those tendency to do the marathons gimmick and start binge watch all the shows. What else that I watch other than that? I stopped watching Shades of Blue with Jennifer Lopez. I was watching this last season. I thought season 1 was good. Season 2, didn't really care about that. I am watching The Challenge on MTV with CM Punk.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, I've been watching all the episodes so far. Punk is doing somewhat good in there. It's kind of funny. There's certain episode where he looks like generally happy, and there's others episode where he looks completely miserable. So it's the same Punk that we love and hate, depending on the day. And other than that, what show that I've been watching? I mean, I'm watching a lot of shit, so I don't know, man. But those are the main one: Power and Designated Survivor right now.
Alright. How about you, Brother Chris?
Well, there is something I wanted to bring up, and it's something that Simon brought up to me while I was still on a plane going to New Hampshire.
I did?
Yeah. The Jersey Shore reunion.
Oh boy. If John were here, I would play the theme song just for him.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a Jersey Shore reunion show. Now you got to think.
David is rubbing his head.
Yeah,
I remember you were talking about it. I'm saying very little. I will say that.
I don't know what Ronnie is doing with himself nowadays. I know Sammy has a clothing line and a perfume line.
And a new boyfriend.
And probably, a new boyfriend. Dina. Her father passed away.
Oh, really?
But she's getting married.
Wow.
To this Chris guy that she's had since the last season.
I didn't know her father died.
Yeah. Recently, I think it was like the end of last year. Or towards the end of last year.
Condolences to her.
Yeah. JWoww. She's got 2 kids with Roger. Snooki. Snooki is still married to Giovanni. She's got 2 kids. Let's see here. I haven't seen Pauly D around in a long time.
He's doing the DJ gig.
Yeah, he's doing a DJ gig, I know that. And I don't know if he's married or engaged or what.
He has a girlfriend now, Aubrey O'Day, I think her name is.
Yeah.
He met her on Famously Singles, which, by the way, for those of just to mention it, he was on the first season of Famously Single, which I watched. I thought the show was decent. And Ronnie is going to be on season 2 of Famously Single, which is coming this July, I believe.
Yeah. And last but not least, Vinny is married.
He is? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and he's got, a lot of hair on him now. He's got this, little coif thing going on.
He's married? Really?
Yeah.
To who?
And so a lot of these, the cast is, involved in their own lives, kids, marriage, all that stuff. Yeah. Except for Sammy and Ronnie.
What about the situation?
A situation, he's either married or has a girlfriend.
He has a girlfriend, yeah.
And so, but big surprise by Ronnie and Sammy, fuck, but I still like to, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. I like to go back and watch some of the old stuff.
Yeah, they're still on.
You still have the DVDs?
No, I got rid of the DVDs. I still, I'll watch Jersey Shore on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Arrow, I'll watch Arrow. The Flash, I still have to watch their season finales. I don't know if they're
on the recent season that you were watching.
So, I was on Netflix starting season 1 of Arrow.
Yeah.
Supergirl, I kind of lost track of. DC Legends of Tomorrow, I lost track of. I'll watch some older stuff, but I still like to, occasionally watch Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
But I'm not familiar with any of these TV shows. You guys are talking about Power and all this other. I don't watch a whole lot of TV.
Well, that's more on the movie channel, Netflix,
and I don't get none of that shit. So
I watch it online too. We don't even get it here in Canada, so you know.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I've got Crackle, an app called Crackle, and I just picked up a new app. It's called Tubi TV or whatever it's. So there's that. So I got to start looking at these shows and movies or whatever that they have on there. But that's the extent of what I watch. Like I said, I don't get into a whole lot of these new TV shows and stuff like that. So, but that's me. I think we got time for one more topic. What do we want to talk about for our last topic of the show? Because I know Simon and myself, we have to get going. We got 10 minutes to burn through this, and what do you want to talk about?
Just pretty briefly, we'll go into movies and then other plans that's been going on. So I know Simon, you mentioned the Tupac movie, which I actually don't mind seeing.
You gotta go see it, David.
Yeah.
I'm gonna harass you with this shit if you don't go.
Well, I'll see it. Maybe we'll review it on the podcast.
You gotta go see it. You gotta go see it. It's a good movie. You gotta promote it. Come on, David. You gotta go see it. Swear to God to you. You know me. I'm gonna get on you if you don't go.
I'll definitely go and see it. Definitely. Even if I have to take the Uber and go all the way
You better freaking go. Fuck the Uber.
I'll do a day in the life.
Although Uber might fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I'll be careful.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta wear some. Yeah, you gotta wear that protection.
Yeah, but yeah,
What the hell?
I'll go try and see that. Definitely, I want to check that out. Since I've seen Straight Outta Compton, that was an amazing movie too. So yeah, I'm definitely familiar with all that stuff. So that's gonna be awesome. A couple of other stuff too, like Pirates of the Caribbean. I want to see at some point.
Yeah, the new Pirates movie.
That looks really good.
I'm not a big fan of those type of movies.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah, I want to get into the first one. I haven't
Wonder
seen
Woman. The first one's good. With Batista.
Yeah.
His career is really taking off. It's pretty good for Dave. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, and so then Wonder Woman just came out on Thursday night.
Yeah. So that's
yeah. But those are some of the ones I look forward to. The superhero movies. Always love the superhero movies.
Yeah.
I saw Chips last month or the month before with the wife. That was a funny movie. Funny as hell.
Nice.
A lot of it's, it's a parody. You got to go in there thinking it's a parody,
Okay.
or else you're going to get completely butthurt.
Don't need that.
And it's going to be like a pretty decent summer for movies, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else is coming out, but Simon, what are your what do you look forward to in the movies that might be coming out?
What you like to watch?
Well, I don't really have much movies. I've been mostly focusing on All Eyes on Me. Again, June 16th. Go watch it. Other than that, there's I think I have 2 movies right now on my computer that I have yet to watch. Let me see. I have Sleepless with, I believe, can't remember his name, but let me see. I'm gonna go on Google and type this shit for you. Other than that, I have The Comedian with Robert De Niro. That's a movie that I have yet to watch. That is on my list to watch.
On the list.
Yeah.
His list.
Yes. Who made the list again? Sorry, I forgot. I completely lost track here.
That's your list of movies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my list of movies. Yeah, and the Sleepless movie is Jamie Foxx. That's a Jamie Foxx movie.
Yeah, he's really good. I like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, he's okay.
I did not watch Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. Just not the type of movies that I'm really that interested in. But I know that on the second version of it, there's a lot more comedy with Batista. So I'm probably gonna watch the second one. I'm more of a realistic type movie fan. You know what I mean? Like I won't watch fucking aliens movies and shit. That's just not. I've never been the biggest fan of that.
Yeah, he's to each his own.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And for me, I'm more fantasy. I like comedies.
Yeah.
The comic book movies.
Yeah.
All that good shit.
Did you watch the fist fight movie with Ice Cube?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
I did
No?
see actually the other day. I saw Southpaw. That was really good.
Yeah, Southpaw's really good with 50 Cent. He's in there.
I heard Creed was good.
Yeah, I've seen.
I gotta watch Creed.
Yeah, Creed's really good too. It's the perfect ending, if you will, for the Rocky series, basically. You know what I mean? But if you like comedy, I would probably suggest Fist Fight with Ice Cube. It's a movie that came out this week. Cube is playing a teacher in there, and there's all sorts of chaos in this movie. So I would probably recommend this one. I saw the Triple X movie 2 weeks ago, The Return of Xander Cage. To be honest, I wasn't that big of a fan of it. I didn't really got into the whole thing. During the whole movie they were fighting, and I was wondering why the hell were they fighting. You know what I mean? Most of the time. 50 Shades Darker. Have you guys seen any of this shit?
I saw the first
I
50.
did too.
I saw the first 50 Shades, and I left pissed
Really? Why?
because I wanted to beat the fuck out of the main character.
I was actually into it, to be honest.
I saw the second one because I'm kind of kinky like that, I guess. But
That's not something I wanted to hear.
there's a lot more nudity in this one, and the story is a little bit better. They're teasing the third one in there too, which I don't know, man. I guess the series has been decent. I also saw The Founder. I don't know if you guys watched that movie. It's basically a story about the people that created the McDonald's, and that shit's crazy. That guy is a straight ruthless guy that does business and shit.
You like Super Size Me?
Well, not necessarily, because it's kind of yeah. The Founder movie is more like the story behind how McDonald's became such, a big franchise and stuff. Also, if you're looking for a crazy fucking movie, watch the movie Split. That movie is crazy. It's a thriller, and it's three teenage girls that are waiting in a car to be driven home in the morning, whatever, blah blah blah. There's a strange guy that adopts them, and there's all sorts of crazy, seriously mentally ill shit happening. The guy has like 23 personalities, and it's a crazy movie. So I'll leave it at that, I suppose.
All right, so that's pretty much it. Like in terms of the topics and everything, I guess we go with plans and like the rest of the summer plans and stuff like that, and shout-outs and all that stuff.
Yeah, real quickly, some summer plans. I mean, I know for me, we got July 21st. Finally, North Carolina has a Raw house show.
Many years later.
Many years later. So we're going to be going to that. Got my birthday coming up in July.
July 7th.
Huh?
July 7th.
Yeah, that's
Counting
right.
down the days.
And
You know how I know?
Wow.
it could be because of the numbers in my nickname.
I would say
No.
Facebook.
Not at all. It's because I remembered because that's the date I went to a Raw episode. So I remember you telling me. So yeah, July 7th.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. And I know for me, could it possibly have a job making more money?
Gotta make
doing-
more dineros.
That's doing the same thing, but, we'll see what happens with that. Not going to divulge too much because it's a public forum.
Yeah.
Don't know who's listening.
Yeah.
But
Destroy-
yeah, otherwise, don't really have anything much else planned for the summer. Simon, what do you got planned for the rest of the summer?
Well, like I said before, when it comes to on the entertainment side, you know what I mean? We have, of course, like I said before, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, June 16, 2017. Less than 15 days away. Go watch it, David. Go watch it, Chris. and of course Power June 25th on Stars and on Super Channels here in Canada. Other than that, on the personal front, I'm sure a lot of people heard my story with the Sears Canada brand, which I'm not gonna talk about a whole lot in here, but let's just say we parted ways just last January. I've been going through school. I've had a couple of certification added to my resume, I suppose, and
Yeah, he's building his resume.
Yeah.
yes. And I am currently the best free agent out there, looking for something. And if that doesn't work, I'm gonna go into porn. So I'll leave it at that.
And you're going to be on Raw or SmackDown Live on YouTube.
Yeah, on the wrestling side of things, I believe there's gonna be a house show here in Montreal in August. I believe August 5th. And it was rumored at first that we were gonna get a pay-per-view on August 6th, but I think they scrapped that idea. And I don't know why really they decided to change it, but I guess it would be a house show, a Raw house show on August 5th. And if that's the case, honestly and truly, I've been through a lot of house shows. And if it's not TV at this point, I'll probably skip on it just because I don't know what my situation with work will be by then.
Right.
So there's a very good chances that I will skip the next thing. If it's TV, I'll probably commit to going. If it's a pay-per-view, I'll probably commit into going. It all depends on the prices when it comes to the pay-per-views, but we'll see. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm a fan of wrestling, don't get me wrong, but I'm not, like, you be freaking dude, let's spend fucking $500 going to a WrestleMania mood right now, you know what I mean? I'm not, I don't know about if I'm that big of a wrestling fan at this very moment, but, yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah. And what about you, Brother David? What do you have going on for the summer?
Well, obviously, of course, next month is show, so that's going to be cool for your birthday month, if you will.
David
he
is
looked
gonna
like-
go watch the All Eyes on Me movie on June 16th.
I'll be seeing that. I'll let you know when I talk
Shameless
about the
plug
movie.
for that.
I'll give you
Once
my
again.
review, if you will. So that'll be that. Possibly going to the beach pretty soon. So
Uh-oh. Is the beach bod ready, David?
Yeah, I guess so. Either Wilmington or Myrtle or one of the beaches out here.
That would be good.
Yeah. So that's going to be fun. But other than that, we'll probably be doing that thing that my mom told you about.
Oh, the impact room or something
It's a
room.
game room. We'll probably have to do something for that.
It's this weird thing.
Is that like a earthquake type thing?
Basically, I forget what it's called, but it's the something
Game
room.
Yeah.
And you are locked in this room for an hour. You have to look for clues, pieces of a puzzle.
It's like something you would see at a TV. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Sounds like the same impact like that they have in Orlando.
The impacts.
Yeah, locked in an asylum for an hour.
Yeah, so we'll probably do that at some point. I don't know when, but we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, well, we're going to close this out. Simon,
Yes.
any shameless plugs you want to do? Plug your channel?
Yeah,
I did my share of shameless plug here, but on this show so far. But hey, thank you guys for having me. It's been fun. Obviously, we were delayed a little bit thanks to David's little, technical difficulties. But it is what it is.
David!
Blame the David. Blame Google. Blame everything you want to blame. And yeah, man. Of course, if you don't know, you should know. YouTube.com/Simonnicolhd. And June 16th, All Eyes on Me.
Yep.
In case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know. In case you actually forgot, if you have a short-term memory, June 16th.
June 16th.
Go watch it.
11 days away.
Yep. And, for me, Boston Fan 79, V1, all around the board. Twitter, here on YouTube, Instagram, Boston Van Michaels on the Facebook, and
I can't wait for MySpace to return. Seriously, this Facebook thing is so overrated.
MySpace is still there if you want to get a head start.
yeah,
It's just for bands
what
now.
Lord knows what updating they did to that fucking site.
I don't know.
So
But,
some people needs to create a new Facebook. That place a mess.
And last but not least, fuck Trisha Paytas. David, plug your shit and let's get out of here.
Of course, you already know. Of course, we're on the Fort Minor Project, aka David Rivera channel, David Rivera 1989 on Twitter, and basically same for like Twitch and everything else, Instagram, and I'm back on Snapchat again, so that too, if you will. But
Only if you will.
if you must, if you want to check it out. So yeah, there's that. Until then, this has been the David Chris podcast.
The show that totally reeks of awesome sauce. And for Chris, David, and Simon, we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
Hey guy,
Raphael Leduc, Leduc!
Don't mess with Tess.
Will that damage